For Perry Meridian, they'll have the blue uniform, the blue and silver. Ready for the play-by-play. Craig, how about you call in the first quarter?
Miley, number 40, will be jumping it up against Kevin Rostenkowski. Rostenkowski, 14, plays a forward offensively, but will jump center for the Falcons. He has tendonitis. You'll notice him with the stretched knee pad on the left knee. He did not practice all week. I believe they'll have to jump it again. They'll jump it again. Rostenkowski, as I was saying, didn't practice all week. Tip controlled by Perry Meridian. Edwards, left side, Montgomery. Miley on him. What a matchup that is tonight. Schaus with a rebound, taken out of there. Here comes Rushville. Dennis Goins hooks inside. Cullum had his man beaten along the baseline, but couldn't control the pass, so the turnover gives it right back to Perry Meridian. Schaus, by the way, number 44, is the quarterback for Rushville's football team. And Dennis Goins, 30, one of the guards, a freshman on the basketball team starting, also started as a defensive back for the Lions football team. This is Montgomery, top of the key to Edwards. Left side, Rostenkowski goes up against Cullum and hits it. Kevin Rostenkowski puts Perry Meridian on the board, 2-0, 7:23 to go first period. Championship, Indianapolis Semi-State. Cullum drives left side and he scores. Cullum, a 6'4 senior, ties it at 2 with 7:12 to go first period. This is Purdue. Purdue fouled out at the afternoon encounter with Brown County. Sat out much of the second half of the third quarter and the first half of the final period. Rostenkowski once again against Cullum. Won't go down this time, and Rick Goins brings it out the rebound, loses it to Perry Meridian. It went off his leg as Edwards made a go for the ball. So Perry Meridian's Gary Edwards will inbound it. Goins looking at him defensively. Montgomery, 30 points this afternoon. He can do it all. Here's Kerrigan. Off the glass, it's 4-2 in favor of Perry Meridian. Joe Kerrigan, he had 9 points in this afternoon's semifinal game. This is Dennis Goins, goes right side to brother Rick. Edwards on Rick. Rick looking for somebody to give it off to, gets it to Cullum. Top of the key, Dennis. Dennis Goins wants to go left side, gets along the baseline. His brother will float along that baseline. He puts up the 12-footer. He banks one off the glass. We're tied at 4 with 6:20 to go first period. Montgomery. Yes, sir, he's got it. Montgomery, Kerrigan, and Rostenkowski have all put in one field goal for Perry Meridian at 6-4 Falcons with 6 minutes to go. We've got a whistle in the lane, and Purdue will pick up the personal foul. Greg Purdue, the 5'8 junior, picks up the personal. That, of course, his first.
Foul is on number 12, Greg Purdue.
Byron Schaus will inbound it for the Lions. The Lions 24-1. An 81-78 overtime winner against Richmond this afternoon. This is Goins. Gets it inside, bounce pass to Miley. He's got it. Miley was double-teamed by Kerrigan and Montgomery. It's still got the shot off, and he scores.
We're seeing some excellent shooting here at the start. Rushville has taken 3 shots, hit them all. Perry Meridian has hit 3 out of 5, now 4 out of 6.
Montgomery picks up his second field goal. It's 8-6 Falcons of Perry Meridian. 5:30 to go first period. Dennis Goins in and out, rims it out. Rebound taken out of there by Rostenkowski. Dumps it off to Purdue. Purdue brings it across the timeline. Purdue, 18-footer, yes, sir. All the starters have scored for Perry Meridian with the exception of Edwards. We've got a timeout on the floor with 5:16 remaining. There's the score. Perry Meridian 10, Rushville 6. We'll be right back after this message from Indiana Bell.
Put an economical extension phone wherever you need one. Call Indiana Bell and ask about the package. Please.
Philip? Philip. Speak up, Philip.
Rushville coming back out onto the court, as is Perry Meridian. 5:16 to go in the first period. Perry Meridian leads 10-6. Cullum, Miley, and Goins, Rick Goins, have all scored for Rushville so far. Rostenkowski has 2, Montgomery 4, and Purdue 2 for Perry Meridian. This is Rushville in the home white uniforms, Perry Meridian in their traveling blue. Dennis Goins, right side, Neville Cullum. Gets it inside to Rick Goins, double teamed again, gets the shot off, this will be short. Rebound inside to Schaus, and he's fouled by number 32, Joe Kerrigan. So Kerrigan picks up his first personal. It'll be a 2-shot foul with 5:04 remaining first period. At the line, Myron Schaus, 6'3", 180, a senior. He had 19 points, but even more importantly, 14 rebounds this afternoon. He and Miley really worked the boards over, 34 between them. Miley had 22 points and 20 boards. Neither shot will go down, and Rostenkowski high in the air to clear it out of there for Perry Meridian. Greg Purdue brings it down. No change in the score. 10-6, 4:57 to go first period. Kerrigan, baseline right to Montgomery. Montgomery working against Miley again, and he's got it again. Montgomery, an excellent 15 to 18-foot jump shooter, makes it 12-6. The Falcons lead by 6.
Perry Meridian is at 5 in a row.
And we've got a traveling violation called against Rushville. That turns it over with 4:40 to go first period. By the way, our congratulations to Bobby Knight and the Hoosiers. 9-point win over Marquette this afternoon. And Tom, I only missed it by 1. I had IU picked by 8. Of course, it was a little tighter than that, I understand. This is Montgomery. Wanted to get Miley in the air. Instead, dumps it off to Rostenkowski. Over the backboard, the ball will be turned over to Rushville. Myron Schaus will inbound it. He'll get it to Dennis Goins. 4:26 to go.
Something about this Perry Meridian, when it gets nighttime, they get inspired, don't they?
I'll tell you what, they don't play very well when it's light out.
Oh.
There's Joe Kerrigan. Kerrigan takes it away, and they're moving again. And this time, Dennis Goins returns the favor. Fast break to his brother Rick. Dave Bertram wanted a traveling call. He didn't get it. Goins put a move on, but he was in the air. It's 12-8 now. 4 minutes exactly to go. In the lane is Kerrigan. We've got a whistle inside. I do not believe the basket will count. An offensive player control foul has been called against Kerrigan. And the early indication is the basket will not count. Kerrigan's basket does not count. He picks up his second personal foul. Coming in for Rushville is number 14. That is Steve Goddard. Goddard has replaced Neville Cullum in the Lions lineup. They want to go inside to Goins, but it would surprise me very much if they didn't know that they were going to be going to Rick Goins at this time. Going to go to Goins, and they've got him covered pretty well. 12-8, 3:50 to go first period. Schaus has trouble getting it inbounds, and he does the only normal thing. He bounces it off Rostenkowski's leg, and he's going to try it again. Gets it to Dennis Goins. Goins, top of the key. Looks back outside, now inside. Gets it inside. Rebound basket by Miley. Miley now has 4. His counterpart Montgomery with 6. Rushville with a full court pressure. No trouble getting it down is Greg Purdue, and he hits. Purdue now with 4. 14-10, Perry Meridian by 4. 3:20 to go, first period. From Butler, campus of Butler, Hinkle Fieldhouse, Indianapolis Semi-State Championship. This is Goddard. Dumps it off to Schaus. The jumper, short. Rebound, Kerrigan. Outlets it to Purdue. Purdue now wants to slow it down. Goins working on him defensively. Right side, Kerrigan. Joe Kerrigan has 4 points. The lead is back to 6 at 16-10 with 2:54 to go. Perry Meridian. Goins. And we've got a foul. Greg Purdue reaching in foul. Purdue had his problems.
Phenomenal. Perry Meridian hit 5 in a row, then missed one and hit the last 2 in a row. So they've hit 7 out of their last 8 shots. Unbelievable.
Even at that, the lead only at 6 as Purdue picks up his second personal foul. As you mentioned, he was in some foul trouble earlier in the afternoon against Brown County and fouled out. I tell you, that kid is all over the place. Number 40, Ken Montgomery. He can do it all. 16-12. Edwards picks up the personal, and I said Ken Montgomery. Of course, I meant Brad Miley, who also wears number 40. Miley picks up his 6th point, and it's 16-12 with 2:33 to go as Gary Edwards picks up the personal, and going to the line will be Rick Goins. Goins, 6'5", 170, a senior, and as Tom pointed out, a definite Mr. Basketball candidate. He averaged 23 points a game on the regular season. Montgomery clears it out of there to Purdue. Top of the key, Rostenkowski drives the lane. Good move inside. It won't go down for him. Cleared out of there by Rushville's Brad Miley. Gets it to Goins. 2:20 to go first period. There's that super sub, Goddard, but they fast break it the other way. And in a matter of 3 seconds, Rostenkowski gets a basket for Perry Meridian. It's 18-14. Closing in on 2 minutes to go first period. This is Miley. Try to go inside to Goins. Knocked away, and a good defensive play in there by Edwards. Gary Edwards knocked the ball out of bounds. 1:58 to go first period. 18-14, Perry Meridian by 4. Schaus, left side to Miley. Miley can't control, and Montgomery grabbed a hold of him. So Montgomery picks up his first personal. Rushville is in the 1-on-1 situation. So going to the line will be Brad Miley. A wipe off the basketball.
Goins standing out there waiting. Has a 23-point average. Got 18 this afternoon. And a hard-fought win over Richmond in overtime. You know, this Miley here, he went 3 years under Morris Pollard out at Speedway High School, Craig, and he got a lot of the great fundamentals of the game. And then, of course, his parents moved to Rushville this year, and I guess he's just been a hero down there all season. He was high point man this afternoon, and also in the earlier game against Richmond that they won both.
8 points for Miley. Neville Cullum is back into the game. Myron Schaus goes to the bench for Rushville's Lions. 18-16. Perry Meridian's lead cut to 2 with 1:50 to go first period. Montgomery couldn't control inside, just threw it up there. And luckily for Perry Meridian, Rostenkowski got a handle on it and scores. It's 20-16. Perry Meridian's Falcons up by 4 with 1:35 to go first period. This is Rick Goins. Can't get it off the glass. Brother Dennis with a follow-up. He gets it. 20-18. 1:20 to go first period. Rostenkowski, the left-hander off the glass. It'll be short. Rebound to Rick Goins. Outlet pass to Brother Dennis. Nearly throws it away. Does throw it away. Rostenkowski working against Goins on the fast break. Rostenkowski had Mr. Goins put a pretty fine defensive move on him. Nearly a sure bucket. As it is, Perry Meridian retains possession. But credit Rick Goins with a fine defensive play with 1:06 to go first period. Perry Meridian 20, Rushville 18. The winner, of course, will move into the state at Market Square Arena next weekend. That bucket is good by Montgomery. Montgomery gets the 18-footer. He'll also get a chance for a 3-point play. Miley picked up the personal. Miley also wearing number 40. 22-18 now with 1:02 to go. Montgomery with 8 points. He had quite a regional also. He had 26 in each of the 2 games. 52 points in the tournament, 30 this afternoon. Won't go down for him, and Goddard clears it left side to Goins. Rick Goins. Rick Goins. 6 points now for Goins. 46 seconds to go. First period, 22-20. Purdue's shot is short, cleared out of there by Miley. Neither team bashful about putting the ball up, as I'm sure you can tell. Dennis Goins' shot is off, and Joe Kerrigan brings it out of there. 30 seconds to go. Let's see if Perry Meridian wants the last shot. They do. Dave Bertram up off the bench with the one finger in the air. He says, let's take that last one. 20 seconds to go. First period. Montgomery, not necessarily a great percentage shot, but Purdue brings it out of there. 14 seconds left. Montgomery again off the board, still controlled by Perry Meridian. Rostenkowski up into the air. We've got a 3-second violation. Rostenkowski in the lane, turns it over to Rushville with 9 seconds to go. Brian Easley now up off the bench into the game for Rushville. He replaces Dennis Goins. With 9 seconds to go first period, a 2-point lead for Perry Meridian. Goddard will try to inbound it to somebody. He gets it to Easley. 7 seconds, 6, 5, 3 seconds, and Goins tried to force it. The shot wouldn't go, but he'll get a 2-shot foul out of it.
The foul is on number 14, Rostenkowski.
Kevin Rostenkowski picks up the personal. That's his first. With 2 seconds remaining in the period, Rick Goins will go to the line with a chance to tie it at the end of one. (22-21). 7 points now for Rick Goins. We've got a tie game with 2 seconds to go. For Rostenkowski, he gets the shot off. It will be short. That's the end of the first quarter with the score, Rushville 22, Perry Meridian 22. We'll be right back after this message from Indiana Bell.
This new business phone is called the Touch-O-Matic. It lets you reach any of 31 frequently called numbers simply by touching one single button.
57% from the field, 11 of 19. Rushville 60%, 9 out of 15. Here's Tom Carnegie with the second period.
Brad Miley jumping for Rushville. Rostenkowski for Perry Meridian. Coming up with it is Brian Easley, number 32. Now to Schaus. He had a hot afternoon, a real hot hand shooting from the corner. Goins now to Miley underneath. It's to Cullum, who's back in there. Right out front to Goins. Here's a little soft 5-footer. He missed it. Rebound up and in. Rick Goins sends Rushville ahead for the first time, 24-22. You're seeing great basketball. Tremendous shooting by both teams. Montgomery should. He does. You can see that one coming. 24 all. With the second quarter just underway. Easley to Miley, the big center, 6'8", pulled out at the moment. There is Cullum setting down to Schaus, back to Cullum, but the pass is intercepted. Here's Purdue on the move to Kerrigan. A pass, Montgomery, he's open. He rolls it in. Ken Montgomery now has a total of 12 points, and it's 26-24, Perry Meridian by 2. Cullum fires 15-footer. Not there. Goins a tip. Not there. Kerrigan comes off with it. You're seeing phenomenal play, phenomenal penetration, beautiful passing, and, of course, great shooting. Rostenkowski, just rolled out. Now, up court to Easley.
Easley just about walked himself right out of the basketball.
Took a few liberties with steps there. Miley, here's Cullum, baseline shot over the mark. Kerrigan rebounds for Perry Central. Now Edwards will bring it down across the timeline. 26-24. Perry Meridian by 2. They could go 4. They do. As Kerrigan hits. Kerrigan 6 points. 28-24. Perry Meridian surprised Northwest last Saturday night. What are they doing here tonight? That's up to Miley. The basket counts. There's a foul on the play. The basket will count. Goddard replaces Cullum for the Rushville Lions. The foul is on number 14, Rostenkowski. And Miley with 8 points, now with 10, and has a chance to make it 11. 28-26. Got it. Now 11 points for the big center, Brad Miley of Rushville. 28-27, Perry Meridian by 1. And the Falcons have the ball. That's Montgomery. He just plays all over the place, up and spins out. Goins has it, then lost it. Shot from the side. Ski misses. And Schaus comes off with it. To Goddard, right in front, feeds Miley. Underneath, that should be Schaus. It is Schaus. Schaus in his first field goal sent Rushville ahead, 29-28. It was tied at the first quarter. What a game we're seeing in this Hinkle Fieldhouse tonight. One of the best. Kerrigan in and out, spun out. Easley comes up with it. Easley to Miley, to Goddard. And a contortionist shot. It's no good, and a foul on Easley. Easley draws the foul.
Indiana Bell suggests put some low-cost fun into this weekend with a call to someone you love.
I want you to realize that was only the second foul called against Rushville. That one just a moment ago against Brian Easley. One in the first quarter, one so far in the second. That's amazing. I hate to overwork that word, but it sure applies to this contest tonight. There's the ball stolen by Miley. Rushville in the lead, has the ball. Goins had it batted away again, but Goddard retrieves. Schaus underneath to Miley, back to Schaus. There's Goddard, 20-footer, no good. Miley a tip, no good. Schaus rebounds, up, no good. Miley tips, and a foul on Miley. Number 40 of Rushville drew the foul. Miley is second.
Perry Meridian has brought in Steve Wilsey at a guard, and we've talked about this the last couple of Saturday nights, but Wilsey does a fine job coming in off the bench. Keith Clark is also in, number 44. Wilsey wears number 34. Rustenkowski is on the bench, and I suspect, Tom, he is on the bench for a little bit of rest. He has tendonitis, did not work out all week, and I think that Dave Bertram would prefer not to play him the entire way, at least in the first half. Would like to get him some rest. Edwards also on the bench. Edwards, of course, started at a guard for Perry Meridian.
The two centers are living up to their advance notices. Ken Montgomery of Perry Meridian, number 40, has a total of 12 points. Brad Miley has 11. Brad, of course, with Rushville, committed that foul a moment ago, which has given now Perry Meridian possession of the basketball with 4 minutes and 30 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half. And it's Rushville by 1, but Perry Meridian has possession. Montgomery, there he is. Not there. He's missed a couple in a row now. Perry Meridian has missed 4 in a row. Goddard flies and scores. Steve Goddard, 4 points for Steve. Rushville goes ahead by 3, 31-28. Excellent game tonight. Purdue, number 12, Perry Meridian. Perry Meridian, the blue. From the corner, Clark in and out. But he's there to get it. No good. Montgomery up. He missed it. Montgomery again. And finally a foul. I suppose if you shoot so many times, you'll eventually draw a foul. That's what happened. I think it was on Rick Goins. Yep, it's on Rick Goins. His first. Montgomery at the line will get a pair. That's the 4th foul on Rushville. Rushville up by 3, 31-28. Now it's 29 points for Perry Meridian. Chance to trim the Rushville lead to 1. Ken Montgomery, a scoring machine, ranked number 2 in the Marion County competition this year. Now, going out is Keith Clark. Rostenkowski back in. Montgomery. That's a fly. In and out. Miley of Rushville rebounding to Easley. Easley started most of the year, and all of a sudden, Dennis Goins came along. They put him in the starting. Schaus is fouled. I believe it's Kerrigan on the foul. Yep, number 32, Joe Kerrigan, his 3rd. At the line with a couple of shots. Schaus, Byron Schaus. Coming in. Number 44, Keith Clark, coming in. After that Perry Meridian substitution, Mylan Shaw, 6'3", senior forward, fires the first of the pair, and it's there. Good. 32-29, Rushville up by 3. Deep rebound. There's Miley. Up. He missed it. A tip. Finally, off the boards. Rostenkowski. Now to Purdue, and he'll bring it down and set it up. Rushville, three-point edge. Purdue, number 12. Defense, a little bit more alert now by Rushville than it was earlier. Montgomery, what are you going to do about him, though? He's an expert shot from any spot on the floor. Pass, Clark, back to Montgomery, lays it in. Nice speed, nice play. Penetration excellent, as it's 32-31. Rushville by a point with 3 minutes to go, first half. Goddard to Miley. Neither team has won the Indianapolis Semi-State Championship. Rushville has never been in the Final Four. Nice stuff there. Turnover. Purdue. Now to Wilsey, who's in there, number 34. Wilsey. Steve Wilsey. Up. Good. Purdue scoring his third field goal. 33-32. Perry Meridian back on the lead by a single point. Rick Goins, ball deflected, knocked out of bounds. Now Dennis Goins will come in, replacing Brian Easley. Rushville's Myron Schaus will make the pass in. Perry Meridian up by 1. From the corner, Rick Goins, a little bit long. Miley is fouled. Number 34, Steve Wilsey.
Many business firms have discovered the economy of watts, wide area telecommunications service. Ask your Indiana Bell communications consultant about the money-saving advantages of watts for your business.
With the 1-and-1 is Brad Miley, and he has had 3 chances, made them all. Got it. He scores. Brad Miley, 6'8" senior center, picked up 22 points in the overtime win over Richmond this afternoon. All tied up, 33-33, still tied. Purdue, Perry Meridian brings it across the timeline. 2 minutes to go, first half. Indiana Bell, your host, on Channel 6. Steps, I believe it is. Steps call the turnover. That's the 4th Perry Meridian turnover. Finally, somebody calls a timeout. It's Perry Meridian calling time. 33-33. A minute 58 to go. Perry Meridian has called timeout. Russ Freeland, how about coming in here?
Coach Larry Angle of Rushville's biggest concern right now is that his team doesn't lose their composure. Perry Meridian has been shooting quite well from the field, and he wants them to maintain their cool. Let's go back to courtside.
Now, let's go to WIBC's Gary Todd at Tournament Central.
Okay, thank you, Tom, and we do have a couple of scores, but before that, we also have some more weather information for you. Some good news now. All tornado watches for Indiana have now been canceled except for Harrison, Floyd, and Clark counties located in extreme southern Indiana. Again, the only counties in Indiana under a tornado watch, Clark, Floyd, and Harrison in southern Indiana. And now let's go back to the floor.
This ball game is tied, 33-33. Minute 58 to go, first half. Rushville on the white and red uniforms have controlled. Dennis Goins, the freshman, back in there. Passes to his brother Rick. Rick, number 20. Miley pulled out. Underneath the Schaus. Pass intended for Rick Goins. Batted away, but Goins, of course, recovered. Goddard. A foul on Wilsey. Steve Wilsey, his second foul. and it will send Goddard to the line. Rushville with a 1-and-1 in effect, getting quite a few foul opportunities. And here is Steve Goddard, 6'2" senior. When this season started, he was in Methodist Hospital. One and one. Got it.
You know, Tom, both these teams have excellent people to come off the bench easily, and Goddard especially for Rushville, and Knight and Wilsey. We've already talked about them, but both teams 7 men deep.
He scores a pair. Steve Goddard has now 6 points, and Rushville leads by 2, 35-33. Purdue, number 12, the point man, lays off a pass to Wilsey. To Clark, to Wilsey. Purdue. There's Montgomery. From anywhere, this time no. Rick Goins, fast break pass down to Goddard. From the side, uses the glass, not there, but Miley goes in it then, and he was fouled on the play. The basket counts. The basket does count. A 4-point lead for Rushville. Number 40 on the foul, Ken Montgomery, his second. So a big play for Brad Miley. He has made now 4 in a row from the foul line. Now I guess he missed his last one. Made his first 4, then missed one. Now he gets another one. Up. Got it. Turns into a 3-point play, and Rushville's biggest lead, 38-33, with 1:05 to go, first half. Wilsey, bounce pass in the corner to Clark. Back to Wilsey. 55 seconds to go, first half, championship game. Hinkle Fieldhouse. Underneath, the man is open. There's Rick Goins. A great defensive job. Rejected that shot to Dennis Goins. There's Rick, the man who pulled a great defensive play. He'll fire, but did he take steps? Yes. No basket. Out of bounds. Perry Meridian. 40 seconds to go. First half. 38-33. Rushville by 5. Now, Neville Cullum, number 34, replaces Brad Miley. Giving Brad a little rest before halftime.
You know, I wonder, Tom, as the game progresses, we might be able to get a shot of Larry Angle on the sidelines. A very animated coach.
A red vest. Here is Purdue. Now to Montgomery. 25 seconds to go. First half. Montgomery fires a little bit short. Tip not there. Rick Goins rebounds. A court length pass to Goddard. He's got it. Lays it up. He scores. Steve Goddard. 8 points now for Steve. 8 seconds to go. Rushville leads by 7 all of a sudden. Clark from the corner. Baseline shot over the mark. Not there. There's the buzzer. That's the end of the first half. And the score is Rushville 40, Perry Meridian 33. Gary Todd will have updates on scores from around the state after this message from Indiana Bell.
Hello, Teddy.
Until late, they've just come back out with about a minute left, so we're set to go. Starting lineups for both teams are the same lineups that began the ball game. Schaus, Cullum, Miley, Goins, Kerrigan, Rostenkowski, Montgomery, Purdue, and Edwards for Perry Meridian. It'll be Rostenkowski, number 14, jumping against Brad Miley. Tip controlled, Rushville. Schaus gets it over to Goins. Rushville in the white uniforms, the blue, Perry Meridian. Rick Goins. 12 points now for Goins. It's 42-33. The biggest lead of the evening for either team. This is Joe Kerrigan. Kerrigan's shot won't go down. Miley pulls down his 13th rebound and then loses it out of bounds. However, retaining possession will be Rushville, as Rostenkowski got a hand on it. 13 rebounds now for Brad Miley to go with 15 points. 7:30 remaining third period. 42-33 Rushville. Miley along the right baseline, goes top of the key to Cullum. Nearly taken out of there by Edwards. Goins from 18. He's got another one. 2 out of 2 in the second half for Goins. He now has 14 points. And Perry Meridian goes about 45 seconds, and they've seen enough. They want a timeout. With 7:13 remaining third quarter, Rushville up by 11, 44-30. Only 6 points tonight out of the guards for Perry Meridian, and all 6 by Purdue. Joe Kerrigan moves inside. Loose ball underneath. Kerrigan comes out of there with it. Edwards gets the ball up into the air, and it won't drop, and Miley controls. Rebound number 14, clears it out to Dennis Goins. Knocked away by Kerrigan, and Goins will pick up the personal, trying to get the ball back. And I don't believe Dennis knew what happened there. He couldn't believe he had been called for a foul. That's his first. First team foul of the second half for Rushville. Perry Meridian will throw it in with 6:48 to go in the third quarter. Purdue, right side, now to Edwards. Rostenkowski, the left-hander, fires and gets it. 8 points now for Rostenkowski, 44-35, Rushville by 9. Schaus turn around after the missed shot, and he gets it. And credit Dennis Goins with a good assist. They cleared him along the baseline. He didn't get the first basket, fouled up with a basket, and it's 46-35 with 6:13 to go. Third period from Hinkle Fieldhouse. Purdue, top of the key. Rick Goins clears it for Rushville.
And a great
Dennis.
6'5" guard who can jump like that, and of course shoot like Rick does.
Here he is trying to move inside, and he carried the ball, so it turns it over to Perry Meridian. Goins with a turnover.
He didn't like the call on that in a bit.
Rushville in the zone. The steal by Schaus. Got a 2-on-1. Schaus takes it in, and he's fouled by Purdue. Myron Schaus will go to the line as Greg Purdue picks up the personal foul. That's his third. At the line, number 44, the 6'3" senior. Has only 3 points tonight.
Rushville still maintaining a big lead in rebounding in this contest. Schaus had 14 rebounds in this afternoon's game. (47-35). That won't go down. The lead is 12. Montgomery clears it to Kerrigan, right side. Going against Goins. 2-on-1. Montgomery on the break. 17 points now for Montgomery. 47-37. Rushville by 10. 5:30 to go. In, out, in, tip in. Good by Goins. Rick Goins gets the tip. 16 points now. He averaged 23 on the year. 49-37. The lead is 12. Montgomery gets Schaus in the air. Rostenkowski on the verge of traveling. The shot is in and out, and Rushville ends up with the ball anyway. Rick Goins will bring it down. 5 minutes to go, third period. 49-37. Rushville by 12, and Goins traveled. Lost his footing. And Larry Angle up off the bench. There you see Larry just going back to his seat in the far left-hand corner. He's moving in and out, shouting encouragement. He's going to wear a path between where he's sitting in the timeline. 4:55 to go, third quarter. Edwards gets it to Montgomery. Montgomery in the lane, nearly loses it. Cullum working on him. They get back out, top of the key. Edwards. Purdue, top of the key. 8 points now for Purdue. He is the only guard who has put any points on the board for Perry Meridian. It's 49-39 with 4:35 to go, third period. Neville Cullum. Brad Miley, short. Rebound controlled by Dennis Goins. Back outside. Cullum, right side. Rick Goins. They get it into Miley inside. And we've got a personal coming up on
number 14, Rostenkowski. Kevin Rostenkowski picks up the personal. That's his third. So Rostenkowski, along with Purdue, is in a bit of foul trouble. Checking in now to the Rushville lineup is number 14. That's Steve Goddard.
Trainer's working on Rick Goins a little bit over there.
So Goins goes to the bench with 16. I believe he may have extended that knee a little bit on the traveling violation. His feet went out from under him. He may have strained it. So it's Schaus, along with Cullum, Goddard, Goins, and Miley now for Rushville. 4:24 to go, third quarter. That's the way that inbounds play is supposed to work. Miley gets the bucket. 17 now for Miley. 4:15 to go, third quarter. 51-39 Rushville. They diagram them like that, they'd often get as good a results as that. Perry Meridian controls. Rostenkowski, the left-hander, fires, baseline left, and gets it. 51-41. Rushville still maintaining that 10-point lead. Rostenkowski now with 4 points this half, a total of 10 in the game. Goins, Cullum. The basket will not go down as it was whistled just after Cullum released. Rostenkowski has picked up personal foul number 4. So Rostenkowski definitely in trouble. We're still in the third period with 3:42 to go as Steve Wilsey checks in right here. And Rostenkowski will go to the bench. Rostenkowski is one of the better rebounders on the Perry Meridian team, and that could really hurt in the fourth quarter. We've got a timeout on the floor right now with 3:42 remaining. There's your story, 51-41, Rushville by 10.
More and more people are letting their fingers do the walking through the yellow pages. It's the easy way to shop. And more businesses find that advertising on the yellow pages is the best way to attract new customers. Here's the Lion cheering section. Cheerleaders of Rushville. Rushville out rebounding Perry Meridian 36-25. And that's one of the keys in this contest that finds a 10-point lead riding in favor of the Rushville Lions. So on our number 5 ranking in the state at the end of the regular season and a record of 24-1. Perry Meridian has been absolutely phenomenal in tournament play. They got through that tough Southport sectional, won the Indianapolis Regional, knocked off number 8 ranked Northwest High School, and then this afternoon disposed of Brown County and are now trailing Rushville by just 10 points at the midway point of the third quarter. Craig?
Neville Cullum at the line, 51-41. Rick Goins still on the bench. He doesn't appear to be hurt. And when you have an 11-point lead, I'm sure that Larry Angle, if there is any thought of injury, would prefer to keep him on the bench as long as they maintain that lead. He gets both ends, 53-41 Rushville. Perry Meridian needs to get something going offensively. Rushville in that zone, and they're doing a good job in that zone. Purdue. Rebound tipped in. It was tipped in by either Edwards or Kerrigan, and we've got a whistle underneath. The basket will count. I'm not sure who they'll credit that basket to. I believe Edwards. It will be Edwards, 24. Easley checks back in for Rushville. Picking up the personal is number 44, Myron Schaus. Schaus goes to the sidelines. That was his first personal. Brian Easley, 32, checks back in for Rushville. So give Edwards the basket. That's his first 2 points of the evening. A chance for the three-point play. It's 53-43. He can cut the lead to 9. That's the hard way. Three-point play. It's 53-44. Full court pressure being applied now by Perry Meridian. Kerrigan on the steal. The basket won't go down, but he'll be going to the free throw line. Perry Meridian has done this about 3 times in the tournament. When they've found themselves in trouble, they've gone to the full court pressure and have really forced turnovers. And now Rushville wants a timeout. Miley picks up his third personal. And Larry Angle wants to talk about that pressure. 53-44 with 3:21 to go third period. Let's go to Turney Central right now and Gary Todd. Gary?
Hi, Craig. Thank you very much. Let's give you some updates. Third period score at West Lafayette, number 1, ranked East Chicago, Washington, leading number 6, rated Lebanon, 39-36. That's at the end of 3 periods at West Lafayette. In Fort Wayne, end of 3 periods, defending state champion Meridian trailing Fort Wayne North 44-43. And now, let's go back to the floor.
3:21 remaining in the third period. 53-44 Rushville. Well, Tom, a couple of scores. I don't know if you were able to hear, Gary, being off the headset, but Fort Wayne North now leading 44-43. And East Chicago, Washington leading Lebanon 39-36 at the end of 3. That sounds like it's shaping up to be a great game.
A lot of good ones going on tonight.
Joe Kerrigan at the line. Seven points now for Kerrigan. 53-45. .46. There's that pressure again. That's what they were talking about as they get Rick Goins back into the Rushville lineup. No problem bringing it down this time. They work baseline to Cullum, and he's hammered inside by Ken Montgomery. That's 3 on Montgomery. Perry Meridian is in some pretty sad shape in terms of personal fouls right now. Ostenkowski is on the sidelines with 4 personals. And Montgomery, the other big man inside, now has 3. Neville Cullum at the line. Cullum has hit his last 3 free throws in a row. He's got 5 points on the evening. .55-46, 3:11 to go, third quarter. Perry Meridian in the blue, Rushville in the home white uniforms here at Hinkle Fieldhouse, the Indianapolis Semi-State Championship. Montgomery, Kerrigan, rebound, basket. Dennis Goins moves against 3. There's the danger you get. They had 3-on-1. The basket drops. The basket is good. Somebody for Perry Meridian had a hand on the rim. It would have counted in any case, but the basket goes in. We'll wait and see who they credit that to. Tom?
I'd say Cullum.
All right, let's give Cullum the basket unofficially. Somebody had a hand on the rim anyway for Perry Meridian. It's 57-48 Rushville. 2:40 to go, third period. Montgomery. Miley clears it out of there. I've got Miley unofficially now for 16 rebounds. And he's got 8 minutes to go. 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Rushville working now with only 4 offensive players as Miley's trying to get his shoe tied. Dennis Goins. Tip. Cullum's tip won't go. Tipped again. Basket is good. Miley got the tip. Miley tied his shoe, got back late, and still got in on a bucket. 59-48. Closing in on the 2-minute mark. Here's Montgomery. Neville Cullum moving in on Montgomery. Montgomery had a step on him, and Cullum picks up personal foul number 1.
This Rushville has pretty good depth, you know.
They really do.
Yeah.
And they kept Goins out of there. Of course, it was only for a couple of minutes, but they wanted to get him back in there when Perry Meridian went to the pressure defense. Schaus now is up off the bench for Rushville. He'll probably be coming in for Goddard. Goddard is working on Purdue right here. Purdue from 18. Shot will be off, no good. Rebound. Goddard finally get a whistle inside, and Edwards will pick up the personal. You get a little bit of an indication of what the Perry Meridian fans thought about that call. There's Dave Bertram. He didn't like it. Both teams in the 1-and-1, second personal on Edwards. So going to the line will be number 14, Steve Goddard. Goddard came off the bench in the first half to get 8 points. He has yet to score in the second half. 1:46 showing on the clock. Rushville with a relatively comfortable 11-point lead at this point. Rebound taken out of there by number 34, Neville Cullum. Gets it across to Goins. Goins will pop from 15. He's got it. 18 points now for Rick Goins. 61-48 with a minute and a half to go, third period. Baseline, Wilsey. Edwards. And we're going to have a whistle, and I believe not necessarily a personal is called. Some fans are throwing, of all things, pennies out onto the court. There's some great reaction. One of these kids could really get seriously hurt, and we hope that that sort of thing doesn't happen in the future. Step on one of those things moving on a fast break, and you could be in the hospital with a knee operation very easily. Pretty lucky last week, Tom. They were throwing ice cubes down onto the floor, and the officials didn't see it in time, and somebody really could have been hurt. Shot by Kerrigan won't go, but the follow-up by Wilsey is good. 61-50 with 1:15 to go, third quarter. This is Rick Goins. 18-footer, no. Rebound inside to Schaus, has it knocked away. Let's see who owns it. Knocked away by Perry Meridian. I believe Edwards got a hand on it, either Edwards or Wilsey. So Rushville keeps that basketball. They've got the lead. They lead by 11 with 1:07 to go in the third quarter. Schaus tries to trigger it. He finally gets it to Goins. They get it outside to brother Dennis Goins. This is Goddard. 15-footer. No. Rebound, Wilsey. Inside a minute to go, third quarter, 57 seconds. Steve Wilsey moves left side. Rushville has done a tremendous job of shutting off the inside game. Turnover gives it right back to Rushville. They're not getting much scoring at all out of their guards, and they shut down the inside game, and that doesn't leave much left. You have to go to Montgomery or forget about it. Rostenkowski has done well along the baseline, but he's on the bench with 4 personals. 40 seconds. They go to a, well, call it a modified four-corner. This is Goddard. Dumps it off left side to Schaus. They want to spread it out a little bit. 31 seconds to go. Third quarter. Goddard gets about as good a percentage shot as you need to get at this point. 63-50. 20 seconds to go. 13-point lead for Rushville. Edwards works baseline with a good move, but he's going to pick up a player control foul. Edwards moved in along the baseline and picks up the player control foul. That's his third personal. 14 seconds left, and going to the line for Rushville will be number 34 once again. That's Neville Cullum. Cullum 6'4", 165, rather slender. He's a senior. I say slender, Tom, because I happen to weigh the same as he does, and he's considerably taller than I am, so I naturally would feel that the guy's skinny, since I'm okay, right?
All right, I'll go for that.
Cullum has now hit 5 in a row from the free throw line. He's got 7. 64-50. 14-point lead for Rushville. They were extended pretty well this afternoon by Richmond, to say the least. Richmond played a very fine game after losing to Rushville by 15 during the regular season. 65-50. 6 in a row now by Cullum from the free throw line. This is Purdue. He's got it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. They will not get off a shot at the end of the third quarter. So that's the end of the third quarter. 65-51 Rushville. We'll be right back after this message from Indiana Bell.
And then 2 cups of raisins. What? Dark raisins. Okay. Oh, Alice, how many cups of nuts? What? Oh, yeah. Well, Alice, and raisins and 2 cups of brown sugar in it.
Put an economical extension phone wherever you need one. Call Indiana Bell and ask about it in the package. Please.
A
Special Landing Force is making its way toward Indianapolis. These highly skilled professionals have one objective: to make contact with every business firm in this area to prove the power of advertising in the Yellow Pages, one of the best ways to open your door to new customers. They're heavily armed with facts about today's big advertising bargain, the Yellow Pages, the efficient, effective way to reach potential customers at the moment they're ready to buy. When a member of this task force lands at your office, don't miss the boat.
Here we go, the fourth and final quarter, and to bring you the play-by-play with the score 65-52, Rushville, here's Tom Carnegie.
Once again, good evening, everyone. To set the stage for the run to the finish, neither team has ever won the Indianapolis Semi-State and moved into the final round of 4. Channel 6 and Indiana Bell will be your host next Saturday afternoon and Saturday night for the state finals from Market Square Arena. There's the tip. Rushville controls. That's Myron Schaus giving it to Dennis Goins. Goins, number 30, only a freshman. Younger brother of Rick, who is firing. No, he's passing to Schaus. Schaus scores. Now that is really penetrating. That is really moving the ball in. Worked beautifully, and Rushville leads by 15. Kerrigan fires short. Good. Rostenkowski saddled with 4 fouls. Back in there for Perry Meridian. 67-54. Rushville. Dennis Goins from the side banks an 8-footer. 4 points for Dennis. 69-54. Rushville. Montgomery, what a player. There's Purdue, 15-footer from the side, got it. He scores. Greg Purdue. 69-56. Rushville by 13. At Schaus, Miley. Goins, scoring. What a touch he has. 71-56 Rushville. Underneath, position, Rostenkowski. Good defense by Cullum. Third quarter, Perry Meridian got 8 out of 22 from the field. Slipping a bit in their shooting, 9 out of 16 for Rushville. Better than 50%. That gave them the big third quarter lead. It's good there by Kerrigan. Kerrigan, number 32, hitting a 20-footer. 71-58. Rushville by 13. Rushville by 13. Goins missed it. A foul on the rebound, charged to Schaus. His second foul. The 1-and-1 is in effect for both teams. That's Dave Bertram, very likable Perry Meridian coach.
To avoid hang-ups, remember that one phone is always too many rings away. Indiana Bell suggests the package as a solution. 3 touch-tone phones, your choice of colors for a little more than the regular cost of 2.
Kerrigan has hit 2 out of 2. 1-and-1, it's there. 13 points now for Joe Kerrigan, 6'3" senior forward for Perry Meridian. Again. And it's 71-60 as Rushville can't pull away with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Beautiful pass, Goins to Schaus. He missed an layup. Perry Meridian trailing by 11. Storming back now. Purdue. Kerrigan. Rostenkowski. He was fouled on the play. Ski was fouled by number 34, Cullum. Cullum's second foul. Goddard will go back in the Rushville lineup. Coach Larry Angle will call a timeout. Rushville timeout as they lead 71-60.
During the regular season, Tom, the Goins, both Rick and Dennis, led the team in assists. And during the regular season, Dennis actually was the team leader with 114, and his brother Rick had 111. So unselfish play, and Dennis has had about 4 or 5 excellent assist passes so far this evening, hitting guys either on a break or on a give and go along the baseline. So they worked very well, but Perry Meridian certainly is not going to give up in this game, and I think Dave Bertram welcomed that timeout as much as anybody, even though Larry Angle was the one who took the timeout.
A year ago, Rushville in the afternoon defeated one of the state championship contenders. That was Muncie North, coached by Myron Dickerson, and then went into the Columbus game at night. It didn't play at all well and lost to Columbus North. Then Columbus North eventually lost to Lagodi in last year's state finals at Market Square Arena. So this is the second year in a row that Coach Larry Angle and his Lions have been in the championship game. But this team, although they had a great game in the afternoon a year ago when they beat Muncie North, looks sounder than last year's ball club. Number 14 at the line, Kevin Rostenkowski. Got it. Perry Meridian now trails by only 10 with 6 minutes, 4 seconds to go in this championship game. Good. Now the lead is trimmed to 9. Perry Meridian picking them up all over. Full court press. Dennis. Miley back to Dennis. Schaus to Miley's open. He got it. Beautiful pass. Schaus to Miley. And it's Rushville by 11 again, 73-62. And on the post, Rostenkowski, nice soft left-hander, good. Back to 9. There's a fast break to Goddard. All he has to do is lay it in, he does. Steve Goddard caught him napping, 75-64. Rushville by 11. Purdue. Montgomery, you haven't heard from Montgomery this half. Wellesley, good. Montgomery has scored only 2 points in the entire second half. There's Goddard again, lays it up. He scores again. That's 6 field goals for super sub Steve Goddard. 77-66. Rushville, Montgomery, and trouble underneath. Foul on Schaus of Rushville. His third.
In these days of inflation, every bit of savings counts. For instance, on long-distance phone calls, you can save up to 1/2 the cost of operator-assisted calls by dialing direct. Indiana Bell reminds you, direct distance dialing is quick, easy, and a lot less expensive.
That foul by Schaus sends Rostenkowski to the line. He's hit 2 out of 2, both there in the fourth quarter. 5 minutes to go in the game, and we got a 11-point margin for Rushville, which is now 10. Rostenkowski piling up the points. He got 17. This could be 18. Not there. Montgomery rebounds. He scores. And that Rushville lead is down to 8 now. Rushville 77, Perry Meridian 69. Rick Goins up court to Dennis Goins. Dennis is the team's best passer, ball handler. To Schaus, a foul underneath. Rostenkowski, and if it is on Rostenkowski, he'll be through for the night. It is. Fouled out.
That really hurts. Rostenkowski is very strong on the boards, an excellent shooter, and a good ball player. And I think that's a fine effort right there as Dennis Goins goes over to congratulate him. He's had a heck of a tournament.
What's helped Perry Meridian get back in this game is the fact they have hit 6 shots in a row. It was last 6 in a row. And they trail 77-69. That foul on Rostenkowski really hurt. At the line, Schaus. Got it. 9-point edge for the Lions of Rushville. It's good. Myron Schaus hitting a pair. 10-point edge for the Lions of Rushville, who, despite their long history of prominence in the sport of basketball, have never been to the Final Four. Montgomery missing. Up court to Goins. Miley had that rebound, got it to Goins. Steps on Rick Goins. Purdue will inbound it. 3:14 to go in his championship game. Wilsey. That's Kerrigan. Slides a pass to Purdue. Good corner shot there. Good. Perfect. And Greg Purdue made it. 79-71. Goins bothered again on the dribble. Steps again. Another turnover. That's 14 turnovers in the game by Rushville. And Perry Meridian with the pressure getting back in this game. The Perry Meridian fans coming alive. They trail by only 8 with 3:55 to go. Rushville 79, Perry Meridian 71.
Night and weekend rates. Dial direct to either coast after 11 p.m. and weekends, except Sunday evening. 21 cents or less the first minute, 16 cents or less for each additional minute.
Now let's go to Russ Freeland with the Instacam.
Bob Showalter is here with me, and Bob, you've refereed high school, you refereed the state finals as well as Big Ten ball. There's nothing like Indiana high school.
Oh, I tell you, Russ, I come back to it and I enjoy it. But this is just the thrill of a lifetime, and these kids are really going at it out here.
It looks like to me they get better every year. I don't know.
I think they do. They're faster, and they jump higher, and they're stronger, and everything is just better than when you and I played, Russ.
I guess that's right, and that means we're getting a little bit older.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Okay, thanks a lot, Bob.
You're welcome.
Let's go back to Tom Carnegie at courtside.
Wellesley will inbound it for Perry Meridian. They've hit 7 out of their last 8 shots. And are back in this ball game, trailing by 8. Wilsey across the timeline. 3:50 to go in the contest. That's Montgomery. A beautiful pass underneath. Kerrigan rolls it in. Montgomery set him up. Kerrigan got it. Here is Dennis Goins, and he runs into trouble from behind. Kerrigan on the foul. They just gang guard him, you know it?
Yeah, that's 4 on Kerrigan with Rostenkowski already gone. To lose Kerrigan at this point could be almost fatal.
Perry Meridian trailing by only 6. But at the line is Dennis Goins. Perry Meridian has played a whale of a game, and they're coming back in all departments. Shooting, rebounding. He got it. Big point for the Lions of Rushville with 3:38 to go. Rushville leads by 7 now. The lead was trimmed to 6. Dennis scores again. That freshman is cool under fire. 81-73. Rushville, Purdue, corner, Montgomery. Underneath, a good pass again. Missing that time, though. Edwards missed it. Goins to Schaus to Goins. Lays it back to his brother, Rick. Now Dennis. Did he feel one? He's going to fire it now. 5-footer got it. Dennis Goins has scored 4 straight points, and it's back to 10 points, 83-73. Rushville by 10 with 3 minutes to go in the title game. Montgomery, he scores. Montgomery drops one through using the glass. A pass stolen by Montgomery. Perry Meridian. Perry Meridian putting that full court pressure on. Buzzer sounds. Come on the floor again, I think.
Got some ice cubes down on the floor again.
(83-75). Rushville by 8. 2:54 to go in the title game. The blue and silver of the Perry Meridian Falcons against the red and black of the Lions of Rushville. Still waiting for the cleanup assistants. Now we're ready to play basketball. This is Myron Schaus, the trigger man, into Goddard. Steps on Goddard. This pressing defense of Perry Meridian has proved mighty troublesome to the Lions. Wilsey into Edwards. Now to Purdue. Gets across the timeline. Montgomery. Montgomery working for that shot. Here it is. He missed it. Rebound to Schaus of Rushville. with 2 minutes 35 seconds to go in the title game. This is Goddard. He's been a big help in a sub roll. All the way down, lays it up, and scores. What do you know? Steve Goddard. He has 16 points, as Rushville has now hit 6 in a row, too. Montgomery. This. Terry Meridian gets it right back. 85-77. Rushville leads by 8, as Rushville has hit 6 shots in a row from the field. But Terry Meridian is pressing.
You know, Tom, Montgomery was nearly shut out in the third quarter, but he now has come back. He has a total of 23 points in the game.
Ball batted away from him. Goddard completes the theft. That's Rick Goins. That's stolen away from Rick by Wellesley. Wellesley turns, then he loses it. But the reason he lost it, he was fouled by Goddard. The clock shows exactly 2 minutes to go. Goddard on the foul. That's his first. 85-77. Rushville calls time. No, it's Terry Meridian calling time. Rushville leads 85-77. Now let's go to WIBC's Gary Todd at Kearney Central.
Thank you very much. We can give you a final up in West Lafayette tonight. Believe it or not, Lebanon was only able to muster 7 points in that fourth and final period. And when it was all over, it's number 1 East Chicago, Washington, 58. Lebanon, number 6 rated in the state, 43. So now we're down to only 2 rated teams remaining. And up in Fort Wayne, Marion and Fort Wayne North are in overtime right now. They finished up a 60-60 deadlock. So our defending state champion still alive, 60-60. Down at Evansville, a first period score. I think this is the lowest period score of any we've reported in the past 3 weeks. Terre Haute South picking up only 4 points in the first period. So it's Jeffersonville 16, Terre Haute South 4 at the end of the first period. And now let's go back to the floor.
Returning to the Hinkle Fieldhouse, where this afternoon Terry Meridian and Rushville posted victories, and that's the reason they're on the hardwood tonight. Fighting for the Indianapolis semi-state title, for the right to go to the state finals next Saturday at Market Square Arena. Wilsey is at the line. Way off to the right, Miley rebounds for Rushville to Rick Goins, back to Miley. And there he is 2-time, but he was fouled by Edwards. No doubt about that one. That was his 4th foul. Have a minute 54 to go in the game. Rushville leads by 8, 85-77. Seen a lot of points here tonight, Craig.
Well, I thought we had a pretty good chance of a high-scoring game, and we certainly do at this point, 85-77.
1-1 here for Miley. What a rebounding job he's done tonight. Good. Played 3 years at Speedway High School under Coach Pollard out there. This year his folks moved to Rushville, and he's been a big addition to this Lions team. Short. Rebound, Terry Meridian, 86-77, Rushville. Edwards to Purdue, corner shot. Good by Purdue. Purdue is firing them tonight. That's 16 points for Purdue. Offensive foul. Dennis Goins, number 30, drew the foul. Will be Perry Meridian making the pass in. From the corner, Kerrigan missing. Miley rebounding. A 7-point edge for Rushville. Minute and a half to go, but the ball is stolen. Beautiful stuff by Edwards. Down to Purdue. He could. He does. Purdue scores. 18 points now for Purdue. We've got an 86-81 game. Plenty of time. Minute 15 to go. Passes to Schaus. Back to Dennis Goins. A minute 8 to go. Rick Goins. There's a man open. Miley got it. 24 points now for Miley. And that wraps it up pretty well for Rushville, 88-81. But boy, did they trim that lead down to 5 points. Now another timeout is called. There is Coach Dave Bertram. Those gallant Falcons of Perry Meridian have put on a show and tournament play here in 1976. 88-81, Indiana Bell, your hosts tonight, have been for many years here on Channel 6, and they will be, of course, next Saturday afternoon with our telecast starting from Market Square Arena at 11:45 in the morning. The championship game at 8 o'clock next Saturday night. Rushville going to their first ever visit to the state finals. (88-81), Rushville by 7. Incidentally, the winner here plays the winner at Lafayette, and that is East Chicago, Washington, rated number 1 in the state. How's that for a fate? There's Purdue. It's good. He scores again. He's just not going to give up. 88-83. Rushville by only 5 again. Now it's to Goddard. The ball almost peeled from him to Miley, and good. Boy, that Miley is something, isn't he? There's a pass stolen by Dennis Goddard, or Goins rather. Now onto Miley. He was fouled on the play. 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds on the clock. And the Rushville fans now are finally cheering. But what a show Perry Meridian has put on. And fouling out Gary Edwards. 5 fouls. Leaves the game with 3 points. Number 20, Jeff Colbert, comes in his place. Waiting patiently at the line, Brad Miley. He got 26 points so far. What a day he's had. 22 this afternoon, 26 tonight. Up, 29. 27 points, rather. (91-83), Rushville by 8. Volley again. Pass up court to Purdue. Working in the final minute of play. Rushville is a first-time ever champion of the Indianapolis Semi-State. Montgomery missing. Miley to Dennis. To Schaus. Up. Beautiful play, but he didn't drop it in. There is Wilsey with 12 seconds to go. Wilsey with 10 seconds to go missing. This should be by Montgomery, and it is. Montgomery. The Rushville fans count down. Goins fires, misses. The game is over. Rushville goes to the state finals for the first time in their history as the celebration begins. Rushville wins it, 92-85. That's the end of the game with the score, Rushville 92, Perry Meridian 85. We'll all be back after these words from Indiana Bell.
Tell you what, the first thing I want to say is what a fine Perry Meridian team. Boy, they came at us hard. They didn't quit. Great team.
They have a good ball club now. I've heard you say before you think the first 3 minutes of a ball game are mighty important to you. They came out, they hit pretty well, and yet you kept your kids under control.
Hey, we did. We were able to stay in the rush. They shot the ball well early. We had changed defenses, but they're a great shooting team, maybe one of the best I've ever seen.
Did you feel that maybe the ball, or were you worried before the nice ball game about the afternoon game maybe draining your kids too much?
You know, we were tighter than I thought we were. I thought we could come back a little stronger than that. We had the cramps tonight. We had to work awful hard, but so did Perry Meridian.
Okay, I know you want to get back to the team, and congratulations, okay? All right, let's go back to Tom Carnegie at courtside.
A quick scoring recap here. Leading the way for the winners, the Rushville Lions, Brad Miley with 28. Rick Goins had 20. For the second time today, Miley had the game high. And for Perry Meridian's Falcons, it was 25 points for Montgomery. Purdue had 20, as they had 4 players in double figures. Kerrigan 16, Roskankowski 17. The score at the half was Rushville 40 to 33. Well, we've talked with a championship coach. Rushville, for the first time in the school's long history, moves into the state finals. And Brad Miley with 28 points led the way. Myron Schaus had 10, Neville Cullum 10, and Dennis Goins 8, Steve Goddard 16 in the relief role. Well, Craig, a couple of comments. We're going to have to wrap it up out here at the field house.
Well, I think, of course, a key point in this game was the rebounding of Miley. Not only did he score well, but he did a pretty good job on both boards, and he had 12 at half. And I don't really know what he ended up totally for the game, but I'd have to say he was in the neighborhood of 20, and he had 20 in the afternoon session. And when you could pull down 40 rebounds for 2 games, you played yourself a heck of a basketball game. Extremely well coached, Rushville. Extremely well coached, Perry Meridian. And all things considered, I think it was an excellent tournament. And, of course, now it's East Chicago, Washington against Rushville, and I don't know if Larry Angle has seen them play before, but he's up against the #1 team in the state as far as the AP rankings are concerned.
Well, while the enthusiasm continues out here, we want to just quickly give you the shooting for the game. It's Rushville 53%, Perry Meridian 45%. Perry Meridian outscored Rushville by 4 field goals from the field. But it's the foul shots that prove the difference here tonight. Final score again, 92 to 85. And that pretty well wraps it up out here from Craig Roberts and myself, Russ Freeland. And we're going to turn it back to you at the studio now to Tournament Central and Gary Todd.